What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 36 of our Brentford career mode. And today we got a couple games for you. We got Warsaw in the first leg of our Europa League qualifier there, and I believe this is the last qualifier before the group stage. And then we have Leeds, and we might get the second leg in also, depending on how transfers go. We finished most of the transfers last time out with a big help to Ivan Toney, who was sold to Leicester for £70 million. A lot of money, and we spent some of that money on some other players. We bought Mbolo in, $35 million. He will be the new starting striker. And then we bought Moussa Vague in to back up Max Aarons, and can also play on the left-hand side, $10 million. And then we bought in Harvey Elliott, the Liverpool winger, who will also probably eventually take over in Buemo space, depending on how things go. But we played 26 million or 27 million, I believe. So we're a lot deeper all of a sudden. Some depth in the team. We're also looking at two more players. We need a backup for De Silva right now, and we need another option for Ali Sada's position, just an emergency option. Currently, we have a couple of players we're looking at. We just need to get the scout reports in on the midfielders. And then as for the attacking midfielders, we got a couple I just added to the list. Just emergency players. Should we need them. Ryan Gould's probably a little bit expensive, but we'll see on that. Nick Powell, Callum O'Hare, who's probably going to be moving on. We'll see. Nick Powell's probably the guy. Should be really, really cheap. 28 years of age already. We'll see. Now that I think about it, Marcondes is probably the player that would have been best, but we moved him on a couple ages ago. So one thing I wanted to change here is I think the difficulty's in a good spot. I want to bring the injury severity down quite a bit, and then I want to go ahead and bring the injury frequency up so we get a little bit more of a realism feel in terms of injuries. You know, a couple players who kind of just miss, 5, 6, 7 days more often. I think that's a little bit more realistic. I mean, when you get no injuries and you have no real need for the depth, unless you get like a 4-month injury, I think it would be kind of cool to go ahead and up that just a little bit. But let's jump into this game, our first game here against Legia Warsaw. We're going to be away from home here, so it's important that we go ahead and grab something here. We're going to start Elliott. Why not? And we're going to start Mbolo and start Guehi. I think we can start Vague too. Why not? We are going to rotate for this, so we can go ahead and make a couple changes, and hopefully we can go ahead and come out on top. So let's jump into this. Warsaw Brentford, leg 1. Let's go. Nice play here by Warsaw, who are not going to be a walkover here, as I've stepped off with the wrong guy. It's 1-0 to Warsaw, 6 minutes in. Oh, man, I thought I was switching on to the other guy to track that run. Instead, I pulled away his support, and it just opened right on up. That is annoying. That is a bad way to start the game. Crowd into it. Now they're really going to be into it, but I just pulled off the wrong guy here. Yeah, he just kept dragging him away. It's a good finish as well, but you feel that may not happen if we switch on to the right guy. Bit disappointing, but we're going to have to come from behind now. Nicely played out there. Played across to Henry. And Mbolo continues to make this run. And it opens up the defense a little bit. And he opened up himself as well. And he grabs a goal on his debut to level the tie. 1-1 on 17 minutes. It's Mbolo. And that run is something he continues to make. It is a run I very much like. And obviously, grabbing a goal on your debut is excellent stuff. He gets played in here. All alone, pulls himself back, looking for the pullback, but it opens up for him. It's poor defending. And he just slams that home at the near post. No real chance for the goalkeeper there. And on 18 minutes, it's 1-1. Here's Henry. Good ball in there to Jolis, who steps back in nicely. And Ali Sada's made an excellent run through the middle here. And he can slide it over to Mbolo. Oh, it's a good save. Oh, a little bit too straight from Mbolo there. almost a second. And that would have taken us into the lead, but a good save there, good move. Here's Henry. Back inside, Bryant. Space here. That's a really, really good ball forward here to Embolo, who's in on goal once again. Embolo, lovely finish. It's his second. It's 2-1, 30 minutes gone, and this is the type of element that Embolo brings to the table that Tony didn't quite have. It's just that little bit of extra pace. Tony had the strength, Tony had the ability, of course, but that little bit of extra pace just helps in situations like that. It's a good finish from Embolo. Kind of just does it with the outside of his foot there, really. Smashes it in, and on 30 minutes, we've turned it around. It's 2-1, and in a pretty good spot with the away goals. Oh, really poor giveaway there. In the box, it's 3. What are they thinking playing out of the back like that? It's De Silva with the goal. It's 3-1. There's a gap now between us and the Polish side. What are they doing here? We give the ball away. They play it back in, and he tries to play it out of there. Gives it right to De Silva, and he's in tons of space and just hammers home. A ridiculous goal to concede that. And Warsaw shooting themselves in the foot. 3-1. Here's Vage in plenty of space. And Vage's going to continue to push forward. He can slide in Embolo, and Embolo takes it and goes. And it's Embolo on the hat trick, gets it. And a debut hat trick for the new striker. It's 4-1. And we look like we might be cruising into the next round here. Excellent, excellent stuff. And it's just opened up by that Vage run. Center back gets dragged into the fullback. And Embolo just runs off the back of him. It's 57 minutes gone. It's 4-1. And we are cruising. Nice take there by Jolis. And Jolis can carry this forward. And Embolo's going to move into that space. That's a good ball here. Slides it across to Harvey Elliott. And he just taps it into the back of the net there. It's 5-1. Cruising. Harvey Elliott gets a goal on his debut as well. I mean, look at all the space. It's a poor giveaway in that spot, and the goalkeeper comes way too far over to his near post, and Elliott just kind of taps that ball into the back of the net. 5-1. A very, very good performance here. Bit of space right through the middle I left open. That's a good ball out there to Pekart. It's another back for Legia. Shouldn't change too much. It's 5-2 on the day. We still have our 5 away goals. But I just left that gap open, didn't I? As simple as that. Left that gap open. Look how big that gap is. I went to close it down. Found the open man. Easy enough finish for Pekart. We make a couple of changes, but 5-2, 20 minutes to go. You still feel this tie is kind of over. Cleared nicely here as it comes to Matondo. Matondo can play it forward to Bryant. There's tons of space here. Not sure where everybody is in the middle as that gets slipped across. Balagoon. Another. 6-2. It's a good finish from Balagoon. That gets out there to Bryant, who's a little bit more forward than usual. And he plays an excellent ball in there. And he kind of just pushes it over his foot, really. Balagoon there. Kind of a slice into the back of the net. Really good finish. And it's 6-2 here with 10 minutes to go. Trying to work something here late. Does not work out. And that is the end of the game. 6-2. The final score as Embolo goes and grabs the match ball. A hat trick on his debut for the Swiss international. And we go ahead and grab a 6-2 win. And that pretty much seals it up. We're not going to play the second Warsaw game. We'll probably just end up simming that one because this tie's over. Don't want to waste your time with a game there. I really don't. But it is what it is. Sometimes you just blow the opponent away. Romero is upset that he didn't get to play. I'm sorry. Wasn't an easy decision. I'll just let him know that. Raya has been sold for another 7.5 million. 5.5 comes in. And now we have ourselves a little bit more money as an offer for Mitchell has come in for 5.5. There is absolutely no chance. No chance whatsoever. But now we have a little bit of money to go after midfield and possibly that cam spot, should that eventually kind of open up and come our way. But now we have a game against Leeds. We need to start getting some points on the board. First 2 games, no points. Obviously difficult opposition, but no points is still no points. We're going to bring Pinnock in today ahead of Caceres. And then we'll bring Mitchell in as well to play left back. Nguyen can come onto the bench. And I think that should do it. I think we're going to start Matondo today ahead of Jolie. So let's jump into this. Brentford leads. Let's go. Nicely played by Leeds as they come forward. Looking to get off to a good start here is Yaremchuk. That's a good ball into space here. It's a good tackle, but end up falling to him. Thankfully, Rajkovic was there. Nicely done to Silva. Oh, and Mbolo's backed off his defender there. A really good run is in the back of the net. He's fooled his center back marker there. The step inside and then fades out wide. And just loses his man completely. It's an excellent, excellent run. Just opens it up and here he is. Fades inside, steps out. De Silva finds him. And he just hammers it with that left foot. Beats the goalkeeper. And we have taken the lead here. 21 minutes gone. It's 1-0. Nice step. Oh, that's a really, really good pass out there. That's a great save. As it comes right back to Rafinha here. Still on it. It's a nice step inside there. Ball's moving around nicely. That's a good block. They still have it. There's space out wide. As Rafinha is once again on it. And at the moment, Leeds have us penned in just a little bit. And then they get pushed all the way back here to the center back, Llorente, and back to Fratinho. And Leeds are a good team here. They've started pretty brightly. We have the goal, of course, but obviously this is no pushover as that gets put into space. Yaremchuk, of course, just finished playing for Ukraine, I believe. It's Ukraine or Sweden. I think it's Ukraine. Here's Costa. Played across. And now they're just moving it all over the place. Just trying to find an opening, and they might have there. And Pinnock does well to get across and put it out for a corner. Still penned in here. Need to just get a hold of the ball for just a second as the header comes down. It comes to Costa. And nicely won in the end. And we finally get to clear it. It's with Aarons out here. And Aarons is going to have a run right through the middle here. And Mbolo's made an excellent run. And that's tough on Leeds, but it's 2-0. All that pressure at one end, and we hit once on the break. Quick, direct. Aarons doing brilliantly, bringing that ball forward. And what a run from Mbeumo. Or not Mbeumo. Well, Mbeumo made an excellent run, but Mbolo made a good run. He just outpaced Phillips there. And that's just one thing, as I said recently, that you just get that with Mbolo. You're not going to get it with Tony. Tony knows where to go. Tony has the strength. Tony has the intelligence. But sometimes raw pace just gets you into positions that you may not end up in other situations. But an excellent start to his career as he's grabbed a second today. And it's 2-0. And we are in a great position before halftime. Really bad clearance by the man in goal. And that gets played almost to Mbeumo. And Mbeumo, wow, he just took that off the goalkeeper and smashed it wide. He pressed B to tackle. He just went for the shot instead, put it wide on the turn. What in the world is the goalkeeper doing? I will not know. Oh, man, that was almost a freak goal. Good ball in behind to Rafinha now. He's in a little bit of space. Pinnock coming out to close him out. No, Pinnock gets unlucky as he gets a foot onto the pass. And it's into the back of the net. That's super unlucky on Pinnock. He gets a foot on it. It just sneaks by him anyway. And it's played across the middle. Yaremchuk there. And he turns and slams it home. It's 2-1. And Leeds are back in it almost out of nowhere, really. We got to be winning that ball there. Gets played across in extra time. Really quick turn from Yaremchuk. And it is 2-1. There's 20 minutes to go. Obviously, very much still a game, but we could have been out of sight by now, you feel. I mean, now we all of a sudden got to be careful. Nice play. Really good play. Yaremchuk, good ball back in. Get that out. Oh, I've gave it right to him. What am I doing? I thought I could get that pass across there, and we've given it right to him. It's 2-2, and that's so stupid. We were cruising 5 minutes ago, and 2 quick goals. One just stupid on our end. It comes to him. Stepped on. I thought we could get that out there. He just stepped into the gap, and I did not think he would. 2 goals in 8 minutes for Yaremchuk. Oh, man, and we got to do it all over again in a game we were playing so well in. Now, problems. Nicely done. There's so much space out wide there, and I couldn't quite get somebody out there. You've got to be kidding. They're just moving the ball around, doing that stupid pullback stuff, and they've turned it right around here. It's 3-2. Costa with the goal, and I could not get over in time to get Aarons out there. I can't believe it. Aarons gets dragged in by that run, and look at all the space for Costa. Oh my god. I cannot believe we've thrown this game away. I cannot believe it. Ridiculous, ridiculous nonsense here. And we only have a couple minutes to even salvage a draw in a game we were absolutely cruising in. We could have had 4, you felt like, 4 or 5. Instead, we're going to come away with nothing unless we grab something really late here. Nice tackle. And that pass is absolutely dreadful from Bryant. Nice ball out there. Costa is chasing, and we're not going to get the ball back in time to have another attack as the whistle blows for a foul, and this will be the last action of a game that we have just absolutely thrown away. Absolutely thrown away. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Get that ball out of here. Just blow the whistle. This game's done. We don't need to see if they score a 4th. Gets clipped in, headed away. That should do it. And does. Unbelievable loss. An unbelievable loss. Get me out of here. I can't believe... I really cannot. We could have had 4, you felt like. We were that much in control. We were almost creating chances at will for a little bit there. Only to lose 3-2 like that. 3 goals in the last 20 minutes. I can't believe it. Caceres has something to say. We're just going to have to put that behind us. He wants to be the guy at center back, and he is. As we get some scouting reports in. New performance targets for De Silva. Let's go to his development plan. He's growing quite well. 23 years of age, 83 overall. I'm not sure how much better he actually gets, but we can try just regular center midfield stuff. 30 weeks on that, and we'll see what happens for him, but you know, it is what it is. So 2 more types, or 2 more signings we want to make. We'll see once some of those come in. We got a couple midfielders ones in there just now. We're going to also have this sim of this Liga game, which, I mean, doesn't matter what the score is. We're probably through 6-2 last time round, so we'll go ahead and try the sim. But we have those two more spots. That midfielder spot. Look at that formation. Very strange, but we have that midfielder spot, and then we have the attacking midfielder, like, emergency spot. So those are the two spots we have left. We have 25-ish million pounds to kind of go along with. Hopefully we can, you know, use that and get both of those options in. We're going to get him onto the bench. And once again, see, this is why we need those spots right now. Pereira's hurt, can't play behind Ali Saden. We got nobody behind De Silva. So we're going to need just a little bit more depth. But let's go ahead and quick sim this game. And that should put us through. I mean, if we get beat 5-0 here, then it is what it is. We won 4-0 with those backups there. So in the end, that finished 10-2 on aggregate. But that should put us into the group stage of the Europa League. That should. I don't think there's another set of playoff rounds. So, I mean, that should put us in there. And hopefully, we can get in there. So, we also got 8 notifications, which Guehi's happy that I let him play. Coming along nicely as we got a bunch of matches rescheduled, which means we have moved into the next round. And we also can take a look at our group, which this is our first time in Europe, so it might be a little bit difficult here. I actually don't know some of those crests, which is kind of strange. I tend to know most of them, which means these teams must be way out of the way. Let's go ahead to the Europa League and just take a look around at what our team, or here we go. Guimarães, of course, the Portugal side, Panathinaikos, and then Lugano. I'm not sure where Lugano's from, but we've avoided a load of big teams here. Atalanta, Galatasaray, Sparta, and Luzern in that one. Ajax, Getafe, Young Boys, Polsen in that one. Sociedad, Sporting, Lask, Rosenborg, Valencia, Marseille, Alkmaar, Molde, and then Milan, Hertha, Basel, Vienne, Roma, Anderlecht, Celtic. I mean, we've missed Leipzig and Salzburg, Bruges in the same group. Mönchengladbach, Fenerbahce, Lille, Feyenoord, Athens, Villa, Braga, Liège, Chelsea are in this, Benfica, Trabzonspor. I mean, we have ducked a lot of good teams. That is probably as good as a group you could have even asked for in this scenario here. I mean, what else could you have asked for in such a scenario? I do not know, but we went and did. I mean, we got really, really lucky in terms of how that went along. We got a couple more to look at, Makengo mostly, but I'm kind of just interested in how Glenn Kamara came. Yeah, 15 million for Glenn Kamara is probably a little bit much. So we're probably just going to have to wait a little bit for that. So let's jump into this Newcastle game then. We need to get some points on the board. We need a win or something here. We cannot continue to drop points. 3 games now, no points. That is not what we were looking for to start. We have deadline day coming. We may not get some of those in now that I'm actually thinking about it, but a load of them might have just come in. Koulibaly, yeah, so we're actually just getting those in. We'll take a look at those next episode. Next episode, we'll do deadline day in a couple games, so we'll do this Newcastle game here and end it after this one. So let's jump into this. Newcastle, Brentford, they have Schick and Wilson up front. Hopefully, we can go ahead and grab a win. The first team is ready to roll, I think. I think we'll make one change. We'll get Elliott into the side. And other than that, I think we are good to go. So let's jump into this. Newcastle, Brentford. Let's go. Nicely done, Henry. He's going to pull it forward here. Slides it out there to Bryant. Does well to take that in stride and push into an excellent spot. And Bryant slides it along, and Bolo does well to turn. It's 1-0. And we've taken the lead here at St. James's Park. And Bolo, once again, who has seemingly scored all our goals since he showed up, just continues to score goals. Gotten off to an incredible start here. And what more could you ask of him? Did really well, Bryant, and that's just an excellent turn. And that extra little bit of acceleration there to just get away from the center back. and open up the space. 25 minutes gone. It's 1-0, and we lead. Nice move by Henry there to just make a little bit of space, and he continues to move. Gets it out there to Jolis. And Jolis is going to turn inside. And Ali Sada's made an excellent run, and it's a great pass to him. Into the back of the net. What a pass that was from Jolis, who's currently on top of everything that we do currently. It's 2-0. Boos here from the Newcastle faithful as we double up our lead. This is a great ball from Jolis. Defender just gets caught flat-footed. Ali Sada, he's too fast for that. Great ball in behind. And on 36 minutes, we are 2-0 up. Nice play. Trying to create a little bit of something, Harry Wilson. Nice movement around here from Newcastle, or doing all those pullbacks and things you hate to see. That gets brought out now by Bryant, and he can push it forward, and Mbolo through on goal all of a sudden. He was just running one-on-one with the center back. It's 3-0. And the chances we didn't take against Leeds to continue to open up the gap, we take one there. 3-0. Mbolo does well. They had a lot of men forward there, and it was just one ball through the middle that left Mbolo all alone. And he makes no mistake on the finish. Into the back of the net. 3-0 up. Half hour to go. Lovely play here. There's just an opening. One back for Newcastle. There was just too much space. And everywhere I looked, all of a sudden, there was just too much space. And Schick was all alone there, and he made no mistake on the finish. A player we looked at for striker, but, I mean, this gets played over here, and all of a sudden, look, there's nobody out there. I know we dragged a little bit, but where's Henry? Or not Henry, where's Aarons? Don't see him on the field there. That is a silly goal to concede in a situation like this, and all of a sudden, do we have another Leeds situation on our hands? Because I really hope not. We got to see this one out. Nicely played. And there's space again. It's 2. What is going on? All of a sudden, they've woken up, Newcastle. Making smart decisions. I hate the way the computer just drags the ball around. I really hate it. As Callum Wilson grabs the goal. Both strikers now with a goal for Newcastle. It's 3-2 with 20 minutes to go. And this is just really, I mean, that's just a really good move from Newcastle there. And a good finish, obviously. But, man, all of a sudden they just wake up. As Aarons can't even keep control of the ball there. And now we have a huge issue with 20 minutes to go. This is Gilmore. Does really well. Ali Sada gets in on it. And Ali Sada makes sure the Newcastle fans stay quiet for just a little bit longer. 4-2. A really good back heel there from Gilmore. Just puts it into his space. And that's a good finish from Ali Sada. And just like that, we open up another 2-goal gap. Man, how ridiculous are our late games currently. We cannot continue to do this stuff late in games. We just can't. Nice ball to Mbolo. And there's a run being made. And it's Jolis in plenty of space here. That's a great touch from him. And it's Jolis. He's missed the target. He's got to put that away, the Greek left winger. That's got to find its way into the back of the net. It just does. Can't quite do enough there. Nicely done, though. Trying to get it out. Oh, really good play there. Absolutely excellent plays. That comes out to Jolis now. We've got a 3-on-1. We can slide that across goal. Back inside. Mbolo into the back of the net. Game over. 5-2. A 3-on-1 there, and we just played it properly. A nice break. Really good play out of their midfield originally. And Jolie slides it all the way out there. Back inside from Elliott. And he kind of scuffs the shot a little bit in Bolo, but it finds the back of the net, and that is all that matters. With 4 minutes to go, we are 5-2 up, and we are going to see this game out, even though we made it a little bit tough on ourselves for a little bit there. Max Aarons plays it straight through, and Mbolo's in on goal. He wants to add another to the tally. It's a good save. Comes to Gilmore. Oh, and blocked away on the line, even though that might have been going wide. And that will be the last action of the game as we come away with a 5-2 victory and get our first points of the season on the board as Mbolo grabs another hat trick. What a start to his Brentford career from Breel and Mbolo. They had 2 shots, and they both came in that kind of spell they had there, but thankfully we kind of pushed on and grabbed the next couple of goals there and didn't let it go anywhere after that. So next episode, we're going to do deadline day. We're going to do the Arsenal game, and then this game right here against, I got to see, because I forgot. This is a team I've never actually heard of before. The others I have, Guimarães, of course, and Lugano. It's Panathinaikos I've definitely heard of. Guimarães, of course, from Portugal. It's Lugano I have never heard of before, but we'll do Arsenal and Lugano, and then we have Tottenham and Liverpool. I mean, the beginning of our season is very, very difficult, but that means it should lighten up in the later months of the calendar year, guys. But that is going to be it. I hope you folks, of course, have enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. In peace.